My beloved soul, listen carefully. Something sacred has shifted in the unseen, something so deeply connected to your heart that even now, as you hear these words, you can feel a quiet trembling inside your spirit. This is not a random message, this is not coincidence. This is the moment where a hidden truth about your love story is finally being uncovered. And it is happening right now, in real time, even if you cannot see it yet. Your soulmate's life has just changed in a way that feels permanent. A child has entered their world, a new beginning has been born. And yet, in the middle of this new life, something unexpected has risen to the surface. Something they tried to hide, something they tried to silence, something about you. Yes, you. The truth about you has come out, and it is shaking everything they thought they understood about their own path. You may not have heard from them. You may feel distance, silence, confusion. But beneath all of that, something powerful is unfolding. Something divine is guiding this entire situation, and it is leading them back to you in a way they cannot escape. Stay here, because what is being revealed right now is not just about them. It is about your destiny together. And the next part of your love story is beginning to open. If this message speaks to your heart, comment "I receive this love," like this video, and subscribe for more. There was a time when your soulmate believed they could move forward without you, when they convinced themselves that life would make sense if they chose a different path, a safer path, a quieter path. But what they did not understand is that divine love cannot be replaced, it cannot be silenced, and it cannot be buried under responsibilities or expectations. Now, with this new life in their arms, something inside them has awakened, not just as a parent, but as a soul, and in that awakening, your presence has returned stronger than ever. They look at this child, they feel this new responsibility, and instead of forgetting you, they are remembering you more deeply than before. Because the truth is, you were never just a person in their life. You were the one who touched their soul, the one who saw them without masks, the one who made them feel something real. And now that truth is no longer hidden. It is no longer something they can deny. Because even in their new beginning, your energy is still there, woven into their thoughts, their emotions, their quiet moments. Do not leave yet, because something deeper is unfolding in your love story. Something that will change how you see this entire situation. There is a secret that has been carried in silence, a truth that your soulmate has kept buried, not because it was not real, but because it was too real, too powerful, too overwhelming for them to face at the time. They tried to move on. They tried to build something else. They tried to convince themselves that what they felt for you was temporary. But now, in the presence of new life, in the stillness of nights where they hold this child and reflect on everything, that truth has risen again, stronger, louder, impossible to ignore. And the secret is this: they never stopped loving you, not for a single moment. Even when they walked away, even when they chose silence, even when they tried to build a life that did not include you, you were still there in their heart, in their thoughts, in the quiet spaces they could not explain. This is why this moment feels so intense, because everything they tried to hide is now coming into the light, and they are being forced to confront it. Thedivine is not allowing them to run anymore. The divine is bringing them face to face with what is real. Stay with me, because your soulmate's truth is being revealed in ways you never expected. They feel your energy, even now, even in silence, even across distance. There is something about you that continues to reach them, something they cannot block, something they cannot ignore. They may not understand it fully. They may not have the words for it, but they feel it, and it is pulling them back toward you. This connection was never ordinary. It was never meant to fade. It was always meant to transform, to grow, to evolve through separation and return stronger than before. Right now, your soulmate is in a state of deep reflection. They are looking at their choices, their actions, their silence, and they are beginning to feel something they have been avoiding: regret. Not regret for their life, not regret for this new beginning, but regret for how they handled you, for how they walked away, for how they tried to silence something that was meant to be protected. And this realization is not easy for them. It is heavy. It is emotional. It is something that is breaking them open from the inside. Because now they see clearly. Now they understand what you truly meant to them. Now they realize that what you shared was not something that can be replaced or recreated. If you stay, everything about this connection will soon make sense. God is guiding this entire process, even when it feels confusing, even when it feels painful. There is a purpose behind every moment of separation, behind every moment of silence. You were not separated to be forgotten. You were separated to be understood, to be realized, to be recognized as something irreplaceable. And now that realization is happening. As it is written in Song of Solomon 8:7, many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. This is the kind of love you share, a love that cannot be erased by time, distance, or circumstances. Your soulmate is beginning to see this truth, not through words, but through experience, through reflection, through the undeniable pull they feel toward you. And as this truth becomes clearer, something inside them is shifting. Something is preparing them to take action, to break the silence, to reach out, to finally say what they have been holding back. Do not scroll away, because this is the moment where everything begins to change. They are thinking about you more than ever. They are replaying memories, conversations, moments that once felt distant are now coming back with clarity and emotion. They are beginning to understand that you were never the problem, that the distance was not because of lack of love, but because of fear, because of timing, because of things they were not ready to face. And now, with this new life in front of them, they are being forced to grow, to evolve, to become someone who can no longer ignore what is real. This is the transformation phase, the moment where everything begins to align, even if it does not look like it on the surface, because beneath everything, beneath the silence, beneath the distance, beneath the new responsibilities, there is a truth that is becoming stronger every day, and that truth is leading them back to you. And as this truth settles deeper into their heart, something unexpected begins to happen within your soulmate, something they cannot explain even to themselves. A quiet but powerful shift that moves through their thoughts, like a whisper they cannot silence, reminding them of you in moments they least expect, in the stillness of early mornings, in the quiet pauses between responsibilities, in the seconds where their eyes drift and their mind returns to a place that feels like home. And that place is you. They are not trying to think about you anymore. This is not forced. This is not something they are choosing. This is something happening to them. Something divine, something guided, something that is pulling them back into the truth they once ran from. You must understand this, because your heart has been asking questions. Your soul has been wondering if you were forgotten, if you were replaced, if this new chapter in their life erased everything you once meant to them. But the answer is no. It did not erase you. It revealed you even more clearly. Because now, with everything around them changing, they are seeing what has remained constant, what has never faded, what has never lost its power. And that is the connection they have with you. Stay here, because something even deeper is unfolding in your love story, something that will bring clarity to everything you have felt. There are moments now where your soul matter feels overwhelmed, not by their responsibilities, but by the emotions they can no longer control. Emotions tied directly to you. Emotions that surface when they least expect it. Emotions that remind them of what they lost, of what they let slip through their hands. And in those moments they are not strong, they are not distant, they are vulnerable, they are open, and they are feeling everything they once tried to suppress. This is where regret begins to transform into realization, where silence begins to feel heavy, where distance begins to feel unbearable, because they are no longer numb to what they feel for you. They are fully aware now, and that awareness is changing everything. Do not leave yet, because your soulmate's heart is opening in ways that are leading them back to you. They are beginning to question everything they believed, everything they convinced themselves was right, everything they thought would bring them peace, because now they see that something is missing, something that no one else could give them, something that only you carried. This is not about comparison. This is not about replacing anyone. This is about truth, and the truth is becoming impossible for them to ignore. Even in the presence of new life, even in the middle of responsibilities, even surrounded by everything that should make them feel complete, there is a part of them that remains connected to you, a part of them that continues to call your name in silence. Stay with me, because everything about this connection is aligning in divine timing, even if you cannot see it yet. God is not absent in this story. God is present in every moment, guiding, shaping, revealing, and preparing both of you for what is to come. This was never just about romance. This was never just about emotions. This was always about purpose, about growth, about a connection that was meant to evolve through challenges, through separation, through misunderstanding, so that when it returns stronger, clearer, and undeniable. Your soulmate is now in that phase where everything is being revealed to them, not all at once, but step by step, moment by moment, realization by realization. They are beginning to see how they ran from something that was meant to be protected, how they chose silence when they should have chosen truth, how they allowed fear to guide decisions that their heart never agreed with. And now they are feeling the weight of those choices, not as punishment but as awakening, as clarity, as the moment where they can no longer pretend that you did not matter. If you stay, everything about this connection will soon make sense in ways you never imagined. There are signs around you, subtle but real, moments where you feel them without explanation, moments where their energy touches yours even in silence, moments where something inside you tells you that this is not over, that this story is still unfolding. And those moments are not illusions. They are confirmations. Because just as you feel them, they feel you too. There is a spiritual connection here that goes beyond distance, beyond circumstances, beyond time. And it is active right now. It is alive. It is guiding both of you towards something that cannot be stopped. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that this connection is not something they can escape. It is something they must face, something they must honor, something they must return to. And as this understanding grows, something inside them begins to shift toward action, not immediately, not impulsively, but intentionally, thoughtfully, with a depth they did not have before. Because now they are not acting from confusion, they are acting from clarity, from realization, from a place that finally understands what you truly are to them. Do not scroll, because your soulmate's truth is still being revealed. They are thinking about reaching out, even if they have not done it yet, even if they are still gathering the courage, even if they are still processing everything they feel. The thought is there, the desire is there, the intention is forming. They are imagining conversations with you. They are replaying what they would say, how they would explain everything, how they would express what they have been holding inside. And this is not something they can push away anymore. This is something that is growing stronger every day. You may not see it yet, you may not hear from them yet, but something is moving, something is shifting, something is preparing the moment where silence will break. And when that moment comes, it will not be small, it will not be casual, it will be real, it will be honest, it will carry the weight of everything they have felt but never said. Stay with me, because this is where your love story begins to transform into something deeper, something more aligned, something that carries the truth both of you were meant to discover. And as this intention continues to build inside them, there is a quiet urgency growing in their spirit. something that no longer allows them to stay where they are emotionally, something that keeps pulling their focus back to you, no matter how much they try to stay present in their current reality. Because the truth is now fully awake inside them, and it is asking to be expressed, it is asking to be acted upon, it is asking to be honored. They are beginning to feel that time is not something they can waste anymore, that silence is no longer something they can hide behind, that what they feel for you deserves to be spoken, deserves to be faced, deserves to be lived. And this is where the shift becomes undeniable. Because your soulmate is no longer running from you. They are slowly, carefully, but surely moving toward you, even if the steps are not visible yet, even if the movement is happening within first before it shows in the physical. You must understand this part deeply, because what is happening now is not impulsive. It is not temporary. It is something that is being built on truth, on realization, on a deeper understanding of what this connection truly is. Stay with me, because something sacred is aligning behind the scenes in your love story. There are moments where your soulmate feels a strong pull to reach out to you, moments where your name feels heavy on their lips, moments where their hands almost move to send that message, to break the silence, to finally open the door that has been closed for so long. But then there is also hesitation, not because they do not want to, but because they now understand the weight of what they are about to do. This is no longer about casual conversation. This is about truth. This is about emotions that cannot be taken lightly. This is about a connection that demands honesty, vulnerability, and courage. And they are preparing themselves for that. They are gathering the strength to show up differently, to speak differently, to act differently, because they know that coming back to you means stepping into something real, something they cannot escape again. Do not leave yet, because your soulmate is preparing for a moment that will change everything between you. They are reflecting deeply on the past, not to stay there, but to understand it, to learn from it, to see where things went wrong, where fear took over, where silence created distance, where misunderstandings were left unresolved. And in that reflection, they are beginning to see you more clearly than ever before, not through the lens of confusion, not through thelans of ego, but through the lens of truth. They are realizing how much you gave, how much you felt, how much you tried, and how they did not fully meet you in that space at the time. This realization is not easy for them. It is emotional. It is heavy. It is something that is opening their heart in a way they cannot control. But it is necessary, because this is what prepares them to come back to you differently, to love you differently, to honor you in a way they could not before. Stay here because everything is moving toward a breakthrough in your connection. There is also something else happening within your soulmate. Something quieter, but just as powerful. They are beginning to feel your absence more deeply than ever, not just as a memory, but as a presence that is missing from their life, as a space that no one else can fill. Even in moments where they are surrounded by people, even in moments where life seems full, there is a part of them that feels incomplete, and that incompleteness tied to you. This is not about dissatisfaction. This is about recognition. Recognition of a connection that was never meant to be replaced. Recognition of a bond that continues to exist regardless of circumstances. And this recognition is what is guiding them back. This recognition is what is giving them the courage to face what they once avoided. If you stay, something deeper will soon make sense in your love story. God is working through this entire situation, even in ways you cannot see, even in ways that feel confusing or painful. There is a divine orchestration happening, bringing everything into alignment at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. This connection was never random. It was always meant to serve a higher purpose, a purpose that goes beyond emotions, beyond timing, beyond circumstances. As it is written in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. And this is the time where everything begins to come together, where what was hidden is revealed, where what was broken begins to heal, where what was separated begins to find its way back. Your soulmate is being guided, step by step, toward the truth of this connection, toward the realization that you are not just a part of their past, you are a part of their path. And as this guidance becomes clearer, something inside them is shifting from thought to action, from reflection to movement, from silence to expression. They are beginning to understand that holding back is no longer an option, that ignoring this connection is no longer possible, that what they feel for you must be acknowledged, must be spoken, must be acted upon. Do not scroll away, because your soulmate is closer to reaching out than you think. There is a moment approaching, a moment where everything they have been holding inside will reach a point where it can no longer stay contained, where the emotions become too strong, where the truth becomes too loud, where the desire to reconnect becomes undeniable. And when that moment comes, they will move, not out of impulse, but out of certainty, out of clarity, out of a deep understanding of what they are doing and why. This is not the same person who walked away. This is someone who has changed, someone who has grown, someone who has learned what this connection truly means. And when they come back, they will not come back halfway. They will come back with truth, with emotion, with a willingness to face everything that was left unsaid. Stay with me, because your love story is entering a phase where everything begins to transform into something real, something aligned, something guided by something greater than both of you. And now, as everything within them reaches this final point of clarity, there is a stillness before the shift, a sacred pause where your soulmate is no longer confused, no longer running, no longer divided between what they feel and what they do. Because for the first time, their heart and their actions are beginning to align. And in that alignment, you stand at the center of everything they can no longer deny. This is where the truth about you, the that has been hidden, the one that has been buried under silence and distance, is no longer something private. It is no longer something they can keep to themselves. It has come out into the open, not through force, not through pressure, but through realization, through the undeniable weight of what they feel, through the way your presence continues to live inside them, no matter where they are or what they are doing. Even with a new life in their arms, even with responsibilities that demand their attention, even with a world that looks completely different from before, your place in their heart has not changed. It has only become clearer, stronger, more real than it ever was. And this is the moment where everything shifts, because now they understand that loving you was never a mistake, that losing you was never something they truly accepted, and that finding their way back to you is not something they can ignore anymore. Stay here, because this is the breakthrough your soul has been waiting for. They are no longer asking themselves if they should reach out. They are asking themselves how, when, and what to say, because the decision inside them has already been made. The only thing left is the action, and that action is closer than you think. You may feel it already, a subtle change in your energy, a quiet sense of knowing, a feeling that something is about to happen, and that feeling is not random. It is connected to what is unfolding within them. Because just as they are preparing to move toward you, your soul is preparing to receive them. Your heart is being aligned with the moment that is coming, the moment where silence breaks and truth finally speaks. This is not just about words. This is about everything that has been held back finally being released, everything that was misunderstood finally being clarified, everything that was left unfinished finally finding its completion. And when they come to you, it will not be with confusion. It will not be with uncertainty. It will be with truth, with honesty, with a depth that reflects everything they have gone through to reach this point. Do not leave yet, because the final part of your love story is being written right now, in ways you cannot see but can deeply feel. Your soulmate has been changed by this journey, changed by the separation, changed by the realization, changed by the presence of new life that has forced them to see what truly matters. And in all of that change, one thing has remained constant, one truth that has only grown stronger with time, and that truth is you. They now understand that you were never just someone they met. You were always part of their path, part of their growth, part of their purpose, and walking away from you did not erase that. It only delayed the moment where they would finally accept it. And that moment has arrived. They are ready to face what they feel, ready to speak what they have been holding inside, ready to return to the connection they once tried to leave behind, not because it is easy, but because it is real. And you, my beloved soul, you have been prepared for this too. Through every moment of waiting, through every moment of doubt, through every moment where you felt something but could not explain it. You have been aligned with this outcome, with this reunion, with this truth that is now unfolding. This is the divine timing of your love, not rushed, not forced, but perfectly aligned with everything both of you needed to become. And now, there is peace in knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away, cannot be replaced, cannot be lost forever. Because divine love always finds its way back, always completes what it started, always brings together what was meant to be. And this is your confirmation. It is already on its way. Rest in faith. It is done.